What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy DZ Reacts back with another reaction, bro. This is gonna be my reaction channel. I do have a main channel that I used to do reactions on, but I'm gonna be turning that into like more of a main channel. Like, I want to do more different stuff on that channel. I don't no longer want that to be my reaction channel, bro. It was a great run for the channel. I built it up to like 100 subscribers, bro. It wasn't really shit, but you know, it was working, bro. But this is a new channel, new audience, all my old audience, welcome back. Definitely ready to see how this channel gonna go. And bro, just be here for the ride, bro. Today we got 10 accidental inventions you can't live without.
Into it. Number 10, snow globes. So back in the day, there was this guy.
Okay, bro. Honestly, nigga, I could live without snow globes. It's crazy that somebody accidentally invented the snow globe. Like, bro, I really wonder how the hell they came up with it, bro. Like, now that I think about it. But shit, they finna say it in the video.
There was this guy trying to make a brighter light bulb. He thought adding water and tiny particles to the bulb would help brighten things up.
He thought adding water and tiny particles to a light bulb would make it brighter. You know, the greatest inventions come from the most dumbest realizations ever. But I find it crazy how that worked, bro. It'd be something so stupid that when they try it out, they accidentally invent something. Like, bro, that's how shit was invented all throughout history, bro. Like, nigga, that's how fire was invented. I know, like, it just randomly happened, bro. No caveman woke up and was like, shit, I'm gonna make fire today. Fuck it, we about to learn how to cook.
Well, turns out it didn't. But what it did do was create a cool snowfall effect when shaken. Fast forward a bit, and these accidental art pieces got their big break at the Paris Expo of 1878. People went nuts for them. Then, a smart cookie from Austria thought it would be cool to put a model of the newly built Eiffel Tower in them, and bam, the souvenir snow globe was born.
Damn.
Suddenly, everyone wanted one. People really liked the idea of taking home a piece of their travels without the hassle of, you know, dragging the actual Eiffel Tower with them. Number 9, the popsicle. This one was invented by an 11-year-old.
Hey, popsicle was invented by an 11-year-old. That's actually crazy, not gonna cap. Nigga, everybody had a popsicle before, bro. If you didn't have a popsicle, nigga, you missing out on life, bro. I swear, bro, you missing out on life. Let's be real. Y'all ever had a popsicle on a hot summer day? Oh my god, bro. Them bitches hit on a hot summer day, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
Old kid named Frank Epperson back in 1905. After a day of playing around, he left a drink he had made from flavored soda powder and water outside overnight. The next morning...
Wait, nigga made a drink off of flavored soda powder and water?
He left a drink he had made from flavored soda powder and water outside overnight. The next morning, Frank finds his drink has turned into a block of ice, and the steering stick is still inside it. He sees this and pulls the frozen treat out by the stick. Frank named his invention the Epsicle, and it quickly became his favorite treat. It was also a hit with all the kids in the neighborhood. Years later, his kids start calling it Popsicle, so he changes the name to Popsicle, and thank goodness he did, because Epsicle sounds like a medical condition.
Yeah, like imagine, you just be like, hey, you could grab me that Epsicle? Hey, yo, you want an Epsicle? Bro, horrible name, tragic name. That shit wouldn't even be catchy, bro. Let's be real. You would not want to eat that shit. Bro, that sounds like a Hispanic snack. Nah, bro, that's not saying Hispanic snacks not good.
Number 8, potato chips. So, there was this chef named George Crumb. In 1853, he was working at a fancy restaurant in New York. One day, a picky customer sent back his French fries. He was complaining that they were too thick and soggy, and not salty enough. George wasn't in a good mood that day, and decided to teach this customer a lesson. Crumb...
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. Bro, the character he used for that, bro.
George wasn't in a...
This nigga looked like a fucking menace, bro. Y'all ever seen fucking Doodle Bob off of SpongeBob, bro? He looked like the equivalent of Doodle Bob on crack.
Mood that day, and decided to teach this customer a lesson. Crumb sliced the potatoes super thin, fried them until they were super crispy, and then dumped a bunch of salt on them. But the customer loved them, and everyone kept coming to his restaurant to try this new salty, crispy potato chips. Number 7, tea bags. Alright, so we're in the early 1900s, New York. Thomas Sullivan...
Who invented a tea bag, bro? Who decided to put some green, like, some plants and stuff into a bag, soak it in some water, like in some warm water, and then drink it? Bro, let's find out, bro. We low-key here to learn, so fuck it.
was a tea merchant. Sending tea samples to customers was a common thing back then, but while other merchants were using expensive metal boxes to send their tea samples, Sullivan had a different plan. He thought, why spend so much on metal boxes when I can use something cheaper? So, he decided to go for silk bags instead. His customers were a bit puzzled at first. They had never seen tea sent like this. Instead of opening the bags and making the tea the traditional way, they thought they should pop the silk bag into a cup and pour hot water on it. And just like that, they discovered a super easy way to make tea. Turns out, people loved this new tea-making method. It was so much simpler and less messy.
So at first they used to just pour it into it and mix it. Wouldn't that shit be like all in the tea though? But I don't really drink tea like that, so I wouldn't really know too much on it.
They started reaching out to Sullivan, asking for more of those handy tea pouches. Seeing how popular this accident had become, Sullivan got a brilliant idea. He started selling tea in these bags officially, and boom, his business took off like a rocket. Matchsticks. So, the year is 1826, and we've got this British chemist named John Walker. He's just doing his chemist.
I always thought about that though. Like, how the hell somebody came up with how to make a match? I mean, they finna show us, but like, bro, the process of how all this shit be happening be so crazy, bro.
Thing. Mixing up chemicals, probably dreaming about the periodic table or whatever chemists daydream about. Then he notices this crusty, dried up lump at the end of his
Bro, to all my people that might be a chemist, if you are watching, bro, what do y'all think of? Like, bro, is y'all mind set on just straight mixing chemicals? I'm just curious, bro.
Mixing stick. So, like any sensible person faced with a mess, he decides to scrape it off, but the thing bursts into flames. Walker thinks this could be a business idea, so he starts making and selling matchsticks at his local bookstore. Walker, being the gentleman that he is, decides not to patent his invention. He believed that sharing his invention with the world was way more important than filling his pockets with cash. So naturally, other inventors copied his invention and started selling matchsticks. Despite missing out on becoming the Bill Gates of his time, Walker didn't do too bad for himself. He stuck to his day job as a pharmacist and eventually retired comfortably. Number 5. Ice cream.
So he didn't even want the fame, bro. He was doing it for the love of the game. Nah, that's tough. That's tough.
Let's
All right, next we got ice cream
1904.
cones, bro.
We're in the middle of the St. Louis World's Fair. This place was where all the coolest inventions of the time were on display for everyone to look at. Ernest Hamwi is an immigrant from Syria, and he's here selling zalabia, which is this super tasty, crispy, waffle-like pastry. Right next to Ernest is an ice cream seller who has a problem. He's run clean out of dishes to serve his ice cream in. But Hamwi doesn't just stand there. He takes one of his crispy zalabias, rolls it into a cone, and hands it over to the desperate ice cream dude. The ice cream seller then scoops some ice cream right into this newly formed cone. The customers lose their minds over this revolutionary way to gobble down ice cream.
Facts. Revolutionary idea, bro. Nigga, I love an ice cream cone, bro. I got ice cream cones in my closet right now. Okay, bro. In my closet somewhere. Basically a snack cabinet, bro. And I got ice cream, bro. And we locked in, bro. That's crazy. That's how ice cream cones was invented, bro. You telling me the dude on the side was just selling some zalabia? That's what they called it? Nigga rolled it up because bro in the ice cream truck didn't have no more stuff to put his ice cream in. And then they created a generational thing. I think at this point, bro, I might just have to start fucking around with my friends and just start.
It's portable,
experiencing
it's
shit,
and it's delicious. Number 4, cornflakes. It all started with the Kellogg
Yo,
brothers,
we got cornflakes.
John and Will. These two were running a hospital. Their job included making sure their patients.
That's crazy, bro. We got cornflakes made from 2 niggas from the hospital. Is cornflakes healthy? I don't know, bro. I think cornflakes is healthy.
Ate healthy food, which often meant baking bread. But one day, something unexpected happened. The Kellogg brothers had prepared a batch of wheat dough for their daily bread-making task, but they accidentally left this dough out overnight. By the time they got back to it, the dough had started fermenting. John tried to fix things by rolling out the dough. He was hoping to get rid of the extra water, but instead he got wheat flakes. His brother saw a golden opportunity in these flakes. He decided to sell them, but with corn instead of wheat. John wasn't too happy about this, because he believed it was wrong to profit off what was meant to be a health food. But Will went ahead anyway. He started the Kellogg Company. He also added sugar to the cornflakes to make it more tasty.
Damn, so they, instead of both the brothers like making the idea big, it was only one of them wanting to make it big and the other one don't. I wonder how this finna end, bro. Maybe we should look into the cornflakes backstory, bro. Cause I know this got so much stuff that probably didn't happen. When one brother wants something and one brother don't, but they both like kind of created it. Yeah, bro, it always go bad, bro. And if this don't go bad, then that's cool.
And started marketing it to kids. Number 3, Vaseline. So, back in the
Oh, all right, bro. I
1800s,
use
there was a
Vaseline.
chemist named Robert Chesbrough. He was visiting some oil rigs when he noticed something cool. The workers at the oil rig were using this weird, jelly-like gunk that built up on the machines to help heal their cuts and burns. This gooey stuff was actually a leftover.
Bro, is that where Vaseline is from? No way. How the hell these dudes just realized that was healing their cuts and shit too? Bro, these workers were smart as shit.
Over from drilling for oil, something most people saw as waste. You've got to hand it to the first guy who thought rubbing oil residue on an open wound was a good idea, but it turns out,
Bro, this nigga just randomly was like, fuck, I got a cut. And then just wiped some oil on it and was like, yeah, this is going to be good. Bro, nigga was taking risks with his health.
they were
for
onto
real.
something. Chesbrough decided to work on refining this goop, and he created what we now know as Vaseline. But convincing people to buy it wasn't easy at first. Imagine trying to sell something that came from oil rigs for skincare.
Facts. Nigga, I didn't even know that came from oil. I thought that was, okay, of course it's like they modified it and all that shit. But nigga, I didn't know it genuinely came from like an oil plant. I thought it was just modified in like a little lab or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's a health product. That's what make it even more crazier.
Chesbrough would actually burn himself on purpose, and then apply Vaseline to show how it helped heal his skin.
Yo, W marketing, bro. W marketing. I mean, shit. He had to do what he had to do to get his product sold, bro. I mean, he a great strategist at that point. But is it really worth costing your life just to prove your product work? I mean, somewhat. If you know your product that life changing.
He was so convinced
I mean,
of
it worked
Vaseline's
out, though.
benefits that he ate a spoonful of it every day. He claimed it was his secret to a long life, and he lived to be 96 years old. Imagine how long he would have lived if he didn't eat a spoonful of Vaseline every single day. Number 2, microwave oven. Percy spent
Wait. That was definitely killing him, right? Nah, that definitely had to
was
be
an
killing
engineer
him.
working on radar technology. One day, Percy's messing around with these things called magnetrons, which sounds like a villain from a sci-fi movie, but they're actually just fancy tubes that send out microwaves. So, Percy's standing there, probably thinking about what he's going to have for lunch. Then he reaches into his pocket and finds a disaster. His peanut butter candy bar had melted. That got him thinking, if microwaves can do that to his snack, what else could they do? So, he grabs some popcorn, throws it in front of the magnetron, and makes the world's first microwave popcorn. Percy decides to turn this discovery into a kitchen appliance. He whips up the Rada range, a machine that costs a small fortune
The hell is
and
a
weighs as
Rada
much as a
range?
small car. Not exactly your countertop model. The Rada range was a flop at first. People were scared of it, thinking it was some sort of radioactive monster. Also, it was $5,000. That's like choosing between a microwave and a decent used car. But by the 1970s, it's shrunk down to fit on your counter, doesn't require you to sell a kidney to afford it, and suddenly, everyone wants one. Number 1, chocolate chip cookies. It's 1938,
All
and
right.
Ruth Wakefield decides
Before they even tell us, bro, how y'all think they came up with chocolate chip cookies? I feel like they had a cookie recipe. Somebody just was like, you know what? Let's throw some chocolate chips in there, and then it just, all got banged out straight like that, bro. We're gonna see though.
to bake a batch of chocolate cookies, but she's out of cocoa powder. Instead of running to the store, she decides to grab a bar of Nestlé chocolate, chops it up into little chunks, and tosses them into her dough, thinking they'd melt and blend into the batter. But the chocolate gods had other plans. Those chunks stayed solid, making what we now bow down to as the chocolate chip cookie. She started selling these cookies, and needless to say, they were a big hit. So Nestle started selling pre-chopped chocolate, and they slapped her cookie recipe on their packaging. In exchange, she got a lifetime supply of chocolate. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos.
She got a lifetime supply on chocolate. Is that? I mean, yeah, I guess that's worth it, bro. You know what I mean? Yo, wow, videos in the suggestions. But with that being said, bro, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching, bro. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, and subscribe, bro. Tap in with the family twin, bro. We trying to run it up, bro. Like I said, this is my new channel. I'm gonna try to make the main channel more IRL. Let me put it like that. The main channel will be like IRL. I'm gonna try to do gaming, just shit like that, bro. Cause it's an older channel, bro. There's a lot that go into it, but thank you for watching, bro. I appreciate you. I'm out.